It's Front Row Friday, and it's a very special day because Front Row Friday means that you get a little tantalizing taste of what Galaxy KDay is all about. Now, if you've never been to Galaxy KDay, you have to understand the material qualities of this beautiful day. It's not just a show, it's a festival, people performing on a stage in front of you, and then lekker, yes, nice live music. No, it's an experience of note. It's an epic day. The reason why it's epic is because we handpick, based on what you love, some incredible artists. And one of those artists who has just got himself a pina colada slushie is Jeremy Loops, who is here for you. Make some noise for the man himself.
With his harmonica too. I love this.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me. Always nice to be
problem.
back.
Yes, it's great. So yes, we are live on radio, so naturally, no swearing from the audience. Thank you very much. I know you want to, because when you look at Jeremy, you're like, oh, this guy's, I got you, but don't hold it in. That's it.
Dashing, handsome. What are we going to say?
So, I was going to say
disheveled.
No, there was
Scruffled.
I was going to say FGL, but we won't go there now. We won't. You are going to be on stage at Galaxy KDay. We cannot wait because you always bring it. You are one of those artists who you incorporate the crowd a lot with regard to your performances, which I appreciate that about you. It's like you don't leave us out. You always include us, like you did with Taryn and I last time.
Do you appreciate it for real?
No, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I like roping in crowds. It's a big part of sharing the responsibility. It's a lot of pressure to be up here performing, and I'm just like, you guys are staring at me. Let's get you involved. And last time I was here, you guys obviously sang a song with me. Some were keener than others. You in particular were open to the idea.
I was.
This man basically we had to bring kicking and screaming by his ankles.
But I mean, you bring the magic, and I think just for all of us to feel connected and just to be it like in front of you, and you make your beautiful music to us. It's such a treat. It's a pleasure. It's a privilege, and we're just so excited that you are here today to share your music with us.
I've got special treats that I'm going to play for you later for sure. Some things coming up, some things I'm cooking. But also just really should say it's nice to be finally on this KDay lineup. We've had so many years go by that we were traveling at this time, touring internationally, and this year I'm here. And it's my birthday weekend.
Ooh.
And so that's another reason that often I'm like, guys, it's my birthday, I'm away. And this year I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this for my birthday. So my birthday is on the 4th. And on the Monday morning, so I'm going to be that whole weekend in celebration mode.
I love that.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
I remember the birthday story, and I completely understand. Sometimes you don't work on your birthday, which I completely get, but this is fantastic. So we get a chance to celebrate with you. We're going to do a pre-birthday. We're going to do the dancing. We're going to do the singing, which is great. And I think this is going to be wonderful. Also, we got this audience here for you because all of them are secretly investigative journalists.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to have some questions for you a little bit later.
I see.
Anything might come from them. I'm just letting you know.
All right.
We've armed them with different, like the first one that I heard someone shouting, there's a guy in the audience, he said like, ask him about his shampoo. I said, I'll get there. I will get there.
Yeah.
But they asked you about your shampoo straight off. I don't know why.
I don't know what you're saying right now is true. You've told me so many things about this audience so far. I have no idea who they are. They might, for all I know, they might be investigative journalists. I don't know if that's a thing, but...
No, but it's great. No, don't worry. We'll get some questions to you, but it's great to have you here.
Thanks.
And in the next couple of minutes, we'd love for you to perform something for us. I don't know, what comes to mind if you want to just throw something at us?
Just throw a couple of things at you.
Ooh, are you just going to grab it now? Okay, why don't we just do that now?
I love this.
I like that. Grab the guitar and let's do something.
You know what I was listening to on the way over?
What's that?
I was listening to the song that I was loving. It's not my song, but I'll just play it for you because I thought it was cool. And I probably won't remember all the lyrics, but there it goes. I took the bus, took the train, went to work, ignored the pain. What a rainy day, unfriendly faces, dragged around all types of places. Closed my eyes, smelt your hair, looked around, but you weren't there. Had some lunch, jacket potatoes, and chicken wings, and fried tomatoes. And after that, I lit a fag, I said a prayer and took a drag. These days I never do combust. So much I burned for the both of us though. Second day, second job, passing through for the world to stop. Shoes are too tight, feet are aching. I called in sick, but I was faking. When I do go, I'm late. I always make the same mistakes. That mistake being not caring 6 days a week. Can't find my bearings, but to be fair, I might have cared if you were there. Might have cared if you were there. Might have cared if you were there. That's a song called 6 Days a Week, and it's not the whole song, but I thought it was beautiful because that's how I've been feeling. Like I can't find my bearings. I'm in the middle of writing this 4th album, and you said you saw that piece of social media I put out just yesterday, and yeah, I've been locked in my studio just making sounds and noises, and you start to forget what day of the week it is and where you are.
Yeah.
And I'm in this like really difficult part of the process now, the last 20%. You know, writing the songs is actually quite a joy. It's difficult, but it's you get so excited when you write something new and you love it. And then you get to the last kind of like 20%, and it all of a sudden becomes this really difficult process of trying to know and decide what is finally going to be final, what is right. And that process has been really painful. It's been like the last 4 months of just chopping and changing a guitar line and singing a different lyric for that part. And obviously the audience never get to see that. But that video you saw on my social media last night was the first of me just deciding I'm going to start sharing this, because I was trying to choose from like 8 different shakers that I'd put into the song. And I'm like, it's time to start sharing. So I'm kind of just creeping out of that space, you know?
Yeah.
But this is a song that you guys were playing on the radio a lot this last year. So I thought I might just give you a little acoustic take of that as well.
Come on.
Yes, please.
Song called Head Start.
Oh, yes, man.
When I grow up, I wanna be young. Heard you got love, can I get some? Hook me up a fresh start. Ooh, I wish I could say, I wish I could warn myself before I was born. I give myself a head start. Rob me of my innocence, leave me with the consequence, and tell me that I'm out of my mind. And I've been to hell and back again, but everyone still acts the same. Have you seen the world is on fire? When I grow up, I wanna be young. Heard you got love, can I get some? Hook me up a fresh start. I wish I could say, I wish I could warn myself before I was born. Give myself a head start. When I grow up, yeah. When I grow up, forward, never looking back. I don't try to hide the cracks. All my bad decisions leave 20/20 vision. And home is where I hang my hat. In the Cape Sun on my back. Been locked down but still fighting. And I know you're by my side. When I grow up, I wanna be young. But you got love, can I get some? Hook me up a fresh start. Ooh, I wish I could say, I wish I could warn myself before I was born. Give myself a head start. Ooh, when I grow up, yeah. I hope to find peace now, baby, it's on. When I grow up, yeah, it's nothing less and nothing more. When I grow up, yeah, hope to find peace now, baby, it's on. When I grow up, there's nothing less and nothing more. Woo-hoo. Yeah, how you feeling out there, Cape Town? This song is really about all the ways that I hope none of you, and certainly myself included, ever have to truly grow up. Stay young at heart, keep learning, be beautiful. Anything else you want to hear while I'm up here?
I think we need to give you a round of applause. That was fabulous.
You know what?
Tell me.
We're going to take a little water break for you. I need to get you another slushie. And then when we get back, a couple of questions from our amazing audience that are being here. And, of course, you've taken the time. Thank you so much for that. And then I mean, if you are taking requests...
This is the request line.
Yeah, we're going to do a request line with Jeremy Loops for Front Row Friday.
You know what I want to... We just mustn't run out of time. I want to tell you guys about something else I'm working on. I've got something very special here that I brought on a flash stick and gave to one of your producers.
What?
It's a rough cut of a song that I'm working on. You guys remember I did something with Lady Smith Black Mombazo, right? For the last album, the song This Town. It was a big joy, one of the biggest joys of my life to work with Lady Smith Black Mombazo. So I've been working on something that I'm going to pitch to them and making it in studio, pining over it. I've just got it to a place where I feel like it's ready to be heard.
Yeah.
I sent it to Ladysmith just last week. They're on tour in America. They heard it and they were like, we want to be on this again for sure.
Oh, wow.
And so we booked some dates in studio next month when they get back. But I brought you the rough cut of the song where it is now, like what I've made, without Ladysmith on it yet, just to give you all a sneak peek of something that's in progress.
So you said it's a song that you're going to pitch to Ladysmith Black Mambazo, and you said it's not finished yet, which is fine, but we're going to get an exclusive listen to what it's going to be like in its skeleton before we get Ladysmith involved with the harmonies and doing what they do as well.
Yeah, well, I thought, we've never done this. I've obviously been on radio with you quite a few times now, and I've never brought something that's like unfinished in, and generally you guys don't play those things. It was kind of a special, I had to ask your team, and they kind of very kindly allowed me to bring something in because it's not loaded on your system, etc.
Yes.
And I think what's special about this is so at the moment you'll hear lots of harmonies, but they're the harmonies that I'm singing, that I'm hoping Ladysmith will sing. They obviously come up with a bunch of their own. But this is one of the songs that's kind of already starting to sound quite complete to me. And I can just hear exactly where Ladysmith are going to be. And you'll hear there's the bridge or the middle eight that comes after the second chorus, before the last chorus. That whole area I've left open. So you can imagine when that part comes. You can imagine the Ladysmith. If you want to throw a few in there, you can do so. But this is just a joyous, summery song that I've been working on. And I was so happy to hear that Ladysmith want to work on it again. And it's a nice part of the process for me, I think, to bring the audience in on what I'm spending my time doing a lot of the time. I'm not just always writing songs. For my own albums, I'm writing songs that I sometimes pitch to other people, or songs that I want to collaborate on with other people. And this is one of those songs. So it's called Coming Home, and it's all about, it's about home. So see what you like about it.
Exclusive.
The world can feel like a jungle. It's so easy to get lost when you inevitably stumble, and you need to find a way out. You gotta learn your lessons on the playground. And you're the calm within the chaos, and all my worries get reborn. In a world that can be so heartless, you're the flame that keeps me warm, warm, warm. I'm gonna fall, fall, fall. I just want more, more, more. You're my only shelter from a storm. And I could never be lonely, I could never be cold. I wanna wrap my arms around you, hey, I'll never let go. With your footsteps all around me, in our city made of gold. Here's to growing old, babe, I'm coming home. Babe, I'm coming home. Babe, I'm coming home, home, home. Babe, I'm coming home. I know I've been a sinner, but sometimes, baby, I'm a saint. And maybe I could paint you a picture, 'cause I don't know what to say now. And I struggle to stick to the roads that you've laid out. If love is like being an acrobat, it can really bend you out of shape. It's either dancing in the clouds, or you're sinking like a stone, stone, stone. I'm gonna fall, fall, fall. I just want more, more, more. You're the diamond I've been looking for. And I could never be lonely, I could never be cold. I wanna wrap my arms around you, hey, I'll never let go. With your footsteps all around me, in our city made of gold. Here's to growing old, babe, I'm coming home. Babe, I'm coming home. Babe, I'm coming home, home, home. Babe, I'm coming home.
Paul Simon vibes there.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
it's
you
there.
got it's there. It's there.
Love it.
It is so. It's you know what? It's South African in the most effortless way possible. It's beautiful, man. It's crafted in that way. That's what you do, Jeremy.
Yeah,
you
that's-
made me feel
You know
this
what?
home.
That song is like the easy. It's not the. It's the easiest sort of song for me to write. Like you said, it's natural. That's
Yeah.
just what comes out. If I stop trying to write something cool, or if I stop trying to write something serious, or whatever
Yeah.
it might be, Mortal Man, you know, was a song that
Yes.
I really tried to write Mortal Man, and it was beautiful. But if I stop trying for a moment, then that's the sort of stuff that just comes out for sure.
It's like the closing credits of a movie. You know, after
Yeah.
everything has happened, and now like you get the sunset there, and people are rejoicing. That's what I
Yes.
feel with that song. Shoo! Yo, Jeremy Loops is amazing, and this is why we have you. I told you, these people in front of you for Front Row Friday, the live audience, they're all investigative journalists, and they're going to ask some penetrating questions of you now, Jeremy.
Let's go.
That you're going to love ahead of Galaxy KDay. So anybody, in no particular order, the nice thing, Taryn, because you're holding the mic, you can just throw it into somebody's face.
I like how no one
And they
has eye
have to.
contact with me in
Do you
this
know what?
moment, man.
Because they still have that coming home feeling, you
Anyone
know?
this side?
It's great. Just anybody, just
Oh, there we go.
there we go. There's a nice. I knew it.
My name's Heike.
Hi, Heike.
So I think from my side, I just wanted to know if you could choose anyone in the world to do a collab with, who would it be?
Choo! Yeah, tricky question. I've thought about this for ages, and to be honest, I got to work with a lot of the people that I would have had on that list. I think if I could write like a collaborative song, I'd love to write a song with the Lumineers. I just think they're such epic songwriters. But if I could just spend a day making music and noise with someone before he dies, I'd like to write with Bob Dylan.
Sure.
I mean, it's not going to happen. He's so old and cranky, and you know, like bless him, he's not trying to make music with anyone. But
Yeah.
he's always been an idol of mine. I learned the harmonica because I was listening to those old Bob Dylan songs, and his songwriting, the way he kind of approached it was just almost heavenly. Like so, I think. Yeah, if I wanted to, an unrealistic thing, it would be spend a day with Bob Dylan and just see what happened.
Fabulous. I've got another question here from Caleb.
I just want to know, what's your favorite festival you played at?
Ever, or in South Africa, just around the
Go
world.
ever.
Could be anywhere. I've got loads. There's a festival in Germany called Hurricane Festival, which is exceptional. It's like one of their biggest, and basically every band you've ever wanted to see, like legit, is on that lineup. Like past and present, they just stack it, and it's big, and they can afford everyone. And I played on that main stage right before Billie Eilish, before she was massive. Yeah, like this was 5 years ago, so she was just she was already massive, but she wasn't like she is now. She was on the way up. Yeah. And we played alongside, we played before her, and then the Red Hot Chili Peppers were on that stage as well. And that festival just blew my mind. So Hurricane Fest in Germany is cool. And then the Secret Garden Party in the UK, if you're ever in the UK, Secret Garden Party is basically like their version of Up the Creek in South Africa. It's a boutique, smaller festival, and it's just really, really lush. But yeah, I got to throw a special shout out for Up the Creek and Reforest Fest in South Africa.
Yeah.
Those are two festivals that I think are incredibly special. The Reforest Fest, obviously, we plant 5,000 trees. That's over Easter this year, so I don't know if anyone that doesn't have Easter plans yet. We're doing one of my favorite festivals ever, which is in a forest up the coast here with tree planting and music. So I like festivals that make a difference if possible.
Whew, lovely.
Fabulous. I've got Renee.
What inspires you?
Renee. The investigative journalist.
I go deep, I go
strikes
deep.
again. Yeah. People inspire me. I think like the trials and tribulations we all go through. I've always been, I think, quite a people person in my nature. Like I'm worried about people a lot in my life and out there in the world, and I feel emotionally connected to the struggle of being alive and human. You know, it's never been easy for me, and not that I haven't had a good and easy life in many ways, but like there's no escaping just the condition of life, and we all have to go through love and loss and anger and rejection and all these things, and I think somewhere in there, as I go through those things myself and I watch people that I love go through them, I had a friend just this last week who lost his father, and it just brought on so much emotion for me because my father's getting older as well, and I started imagining like what it'll be like when I lose my father. Like that's going to happen to me one day, and so that inspired me. I immediately started writing something almost like to my parents. Even though they're still with me and they're youthful and they're alive and well, you know. So it was someone else's struggle that kind of brought on a feeling of I will experience that and just getting myself into those spaces. So it's generally about what I see around me and people.
Ooh, the depth question. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
beautiful.
Yo.
I've got Tatum here.
Cool. My question's a bit similar, but I wanted to know what the inspiration behind the new album is and how it differs from the previous albums that you've made.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. Look, on my last album, Heard You Got Love, it was exciting making that album because I was traveling around the world at the time a lot. It was just, I did the song with Ed Sheeran on that album, so I was like traveling to the UK and working out of Ed Sheeran's studio and doing all these quite high-profile situations with a lot of those songs, like on that album, there's a lot of bangers on that album. You know, songs that are big, powerful songs, and it was almost difficult when we started like deciding which songs we might want to send to radio to choose because they were all quite like big, forward power songs. And on this record, I decided to stop traveling so much because it had felt like years of being on the road. And so for the last 2 years, I've been firmly planted here at home, and I've written almost this entire album and worked on it from my home studio in Muizenberg, which is, again, what you were seeing last night.
Yeah.
Like, that's my space. And so the difference with this whole new body of work is that I haven't felt kind of stretched and torn around the globe and moving between different studios. I felt like in one kind of creative space. And there's quite a lot more depth on this album as far as like the gentler songs go. So there's a few bangers on there, and this song that I just played for you, Coming Home, is one of them, just up-tempo and dripping with sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's at least 6 or 7 songs already on that album that are a lot more, maybe a bit slower, a little bit more Mortal Man-esque, written about some of the more difficult struggles that I think I've seen us all have to come through as we've gone through COVID and post-COVID, and now the new revolution of AI and the fact that everything just feels more unstable in the world than it ever has. I think for myself, I've really struggled to find the easy like silver linings of where this is all going, and I think that's my job in a sense. I've always thought of myself as a joy bringer, someone who can find the silver lining when other people can't and lead the way to that shining place. And so I think a big part of my process on this album has been like, how do I actually find silver linings in a world that feels like it's lost hope, and bring that into my music and shine that light again. And so, yeah, there's a bit of, I think that's been the big theme on this new album.
That is so dope. Honestly. Jeremy Loops, your depth and the way you curate your music, whenever you say shine and the sunshine you bring to it, it's really just shows how much commitment you have to it. It's difficult. It's very tough to write like that and also share really authentic emotions, but to still make us sing along to it and feel solace and comfort, and then also just jam to it as well.
Yeah, there's a balance you have to
You put
strike.
yourself in that balance. That little pocket is absolutely excellent. It's really good. Do we have one more?
Thank you.
We do have one more, Darren.
I've been to a number of your concerts, a number of different places. As Carl said earlier, you bring the audience really into the concert. Do you guys really have as much fun as it looks like you're having on stage, and what
Yeah.
keeps you going?
100%. Someone actually asked me that a little while ago. They were like, it just looks like you have so much fun up there, and I'm not sure if you actually do. Does it not feel like work sometimes? And my answer to them and my answer to you is like, everything else that I have to do in my music career can feel like work. There's a lot of business in the music business that one has to attend to. There's record deals that need to be worked out, and there's publishing contracts, and there's like royalties from radio, that statements have to be found, and you have to have such a big administrative understanding to just stay afloat in music because it's such a weird, complicated business. But the things that are uncomplicated for me and for I think all artists are the performance aspect and the songwriting. And those things are just like, once you get up there in front of an audience, you've really got nowhere to hide. I've been to a few shows where I could see that the artist was maybe not entirely there, and maybe just like, especially when you have internationals come here, there's sometimes they're really present, and sometimes they're like, I went to a show, I'm not going to name names, it was recently, and the person came out in front of the whole South African crowd and said, like, "South America, how you feeling?" He literally had the wrong continent, like, entirely. And I was like, man, this guy literally is living on the road, touring in a different country every day. And I felt for him, but I also, like, he immediately realized what he had done, and the rest of the show, he almost like mentally checked out. I felt really bad for him. The point what I'm trying to get at is I don't have that problem at all. For me, like, when I get on stage, that's like my one moment of my day where everything else can get quiet, and it's just about seeing if I can rope the energy of this audience together with mine. And I found it's not really that I have to try so hard. All I have to do is like really enjoy the time myself, and people seem to just like follow along. You know, I think energy is infectious, and so that's, yeah, I've never had a problem with finding that on stage. It's the one time everything gets to be really quiet out there, and the future and the past just drift away, and you can be present, which is not easy. We all know how tough it is to be present in our lives with our phones and our difficult communications. So yeah, it's one small space in my life where you don't have to try to be quiet. You can just be quiet up there. And it's a lot of pressure because everyone's staring at you. So you don't want to think about like whether you've paid your cell phone contract on time, or I don't know, whatever we're worried about.
Yeah.
Like that stuff doesn't sneak into your mind at all when you're up there.
Every single person over here, you're all invited to Jeremy's birthday,
Let's
also
go.
known as Galaxy KDay. That's it.
Yeah, Cape Town, I want to see you all show up for my show. You know, we are, like I said, it's been a long time coming that we make our way onto this stage.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to be there. And I hope you can all make it. It's going to be a really, really beautiful time.
Lovely. Galaxy KDay, powered by the AI and Galaxy S24, but also powered by Jeremy Loops' birthday, is coming away on the 2nd of March. So make sure you be there. Miranda Estate one last time for the man himself. It's Jeremy Loops! Come on, front row.